Hey guys, Mrs. Talk Techie here, and I want to show you something that I kind of came across by accident, and now like there's so many ideas in my head that I just want to show you guys. But before I tell you what it is, let me tell you why I came across it. And I was working on a PD training, and the PD is pedagogy in a virtual setting. So how is that? How can we continue that continuity of creating our lesson cycle in a virtual setting? Long story short, pedagogy. Is it pedagogy? Is it pedagogy? Right? And so I asked a group of my friends, some close friends of mine, and for the most part, they all said it's pedagogy, strong O. But then a friend of mine, Miss Kaz, she sent out a link, and it was a Google search, and it just said pedagogy pronunciation. And so I listened to it, and I was like, okay, so you can pronounce it pedagogy. And then as I looked at that link, I was like, this is an amazing tool for our English learners, for all our kiddos, but specifically for our English learners. And I want you guys to look at it, to see it. And I know that you're going to think, oh my God, I can totally use this. Check it out, guys. I'm going to take you to that page. And so here's all you have to do is put the word and then put pronunciation next to it, and you're going to get this amazing web tool that Google has to offer. And what it does is that it gives you the phonetically how it should sound. You're able to listen to it. So take a look. The word is emancipation. So I used a word in 8th grade social studies. We can use any word, from elementary to high school to college level, whatever it may be. You can tailor it for your instruction. So check it out.
Emancipation.
Notice that you also get how it looks, how it's supposed to look.
Emancipation.
For your mouth, right? You can slow it down.
Emancipation.
The kids can be practicing it as they listen to it, right? Because it's one thing reading the word, and especially if they're like, in my case, we have a lot of Spanish speakers. That's our English language learners. And they're going to want to use their native tongue to say this word. So they might say emancipación, right? Because we don't have a shun in Spanish. And so what I love about it is they have the phonetics here where they can try and read it out or sound it out, I'm sorry. And then you can actually practice. So don't mind me. I'm going to get really close to my computer. It actually works a lot better from a mobile device. Check it out. Emancipación. So maybe that's not how they would say it, but just an idea. I pronounce it really wrong. I really wanted to show you what it actually has to offer aside from all those neat tools right there. It tells you how you pronounced it. So try to put less emphasis on the vowels and so make sure your tongue is on the bottom of your mouth. So a very short more here. Try to say pay instead of pas. So try listening to the word. We can actually listen back. It records you. Emancipación. And then how it should sound.
Emancipation.
And so the kids could keep replaying this to make sure that they actually say it correctly, that they pronounce it correctly. I love this. So how do our kids actually know that they've mastered the word? It actually tells them, good job. Check it out. Emancipation. And so now they know that they've mastered the word and they can maybe move on to the rest of the words in your word list. So now we're thinking, at least I'm thinking, how can I directly link this so that it impacts my teaching and learning for my kiddos? So I thought, let me make something. Like if I have words of the week, let me create something. So this is just something really fast that I created on Google Slides. So here, they would click on it and they would go to that site. They'd have a definition and maybe an image, right? What's emancipation? Freeing of someone from slavery. But if they don't know how to pronounce it, they can click here, and I've hyperlinked it, and it's going to take them exactly to this page right here. And so going back, I started thinking, well, why can't we just set this up for every week and have our words? And it's so easy. Once you create it, you copy paste, and now I have the words for the rest of the year. I could keep working and get ahead. And so I love that. And you're probably thinking, wow, you're a super nerd and you're super excited. I am, because, it's all about working smarter, not just as far as productivity wise, but for our kiddos. Where else can we get our kids to have their teacher available to them at their fingertips? A teacher, right? Because we can't specifically be there if we're going to be doing remote learning. It's so easy. We take these things for granted. We're in the classroom and we're saying, okay, everybody, emancipation, and we're talking to a child and he mispronounces it or she mispronounces it, we're able to immediately provide those correctives there. It's hard to do that in a virtual setting. So this is us creating those opportunities for our kiddos. So I'm going to keep going because I can talk forever if you've watched any of my YouTube videos. And so I thought, well, I don't want them to get super ahead. You can start creating them and then you can skip those slides, right? You can skip them so that they don't see those slides ahead of time and they only work on the one that you need for that week. So that's another tip that really can help you out. So how do you do this? If I'm working here on the word secede, right? That's my last word. I'm going to go and I'm going to use pronunciation. So here I'm on emancipation. All I'm going to do is switch this to secede. And now that page is linked there. So all I have to do is copy that link from that URL. So a Control C will copy it and it'll have it saved to your clipboard. I'm going to go back to my presentation. And if I double click, it'll highlight that word. Just another FYI or a tip, if you go and you double click, it only highlights that word. But if you want to highlight the entire thing, triple click. So there you go. So that saves me a lot of time. So going back here, I'm going to double click. I'm going to go to my insert link. And my link is still saved to my clipboard. So I'm going to click on Control V and I'm going to apply that. And it always changes it like to a specific color. I want blue because to me that's universal for I'm a link, click on me. And so now that word is on there and our kids can learn how to pronounce it. You can take it, you can just level up as much as you want, take it to another tool where they actually do record themselves. They add the link here. If you haven't heard of Vocaroo, you can easily use that one. But I don't want to make this longer. Check it out. I hope you like it. And if you do decide to use it, tag me, let me know, reach out to me. I would love to hear and see what you guys have created. This is just something that I kind of whipped up quickly. So thank you again for watching. Remember, guys, you can always find me here on YouTube, Mrs. Talk Techie. Have a good one, guys.